go straight on to the finals of the brackets is going to be high enough of a stake for them to play what they usually play.
Yeah, this will be difficult because expanding rivers kind of seems like Diablo's playground. You really like that high movement, high rotations.
Yeah.
Boxia is definitely going to be a problem. You want to take that out of the equation. Granger is going to be highly contested for it. There's 2 games win on the Granger himself. Then that is going to be a very difficult situation for both of these 2 teams. A lot of factors that KE has to consider when you go up against Stallions, because you're facing up against Youngin, who has that kind of draft that you're not going to expect.
I really like one thing about Stallions is that the day that they came in, they have already created an impact and a ripple across MPL SG Season 10. The reason why I say that is just within these 2 series, they have already set a record for shortest game and longest game.
Just the first day.
First day. 10 minutes for the shortest game and the longest game of 26 minutes and 12 seconds. If you can't tell me that this is impactful throughout the past 3 weeks of MPL SG, I don't know what is.
Yeah, this is going to be a very long day for a lot of them, especially for the team that doesn't make it through in this matchup. You got to play an extra game. You got to fight your way tooth and nail again in the lower bracket finals. So take a look at the bans right now. Stallions are banning out the Uranus as well as the Alice. Looks like the CC is open. Youngin might want to ban that out, but it kind of seems like CC doesn't look very promising where these teams use it. They know how to counter it. They know how to use it, but it's better to just ban it out and just,
not really their
just
cup of tea, right? Not exactly their cup of tea. That's why I was kind of expecting and hoping that they will ban out the CC during that time at our when they're at red, right? Looking for the first phase ban, because it doesn't feel like it works for them. And if they don't ban it out, they're kind of forced to pick it.
Yeah. It's difficult. It's a very difficult situation for both these 2 teams, especially since Diablo really wants a winning lane. That's why 3 bans down on the EXP side. Whereas King Esports changing their MO just a little bit. Roy is not the problem anymore. They're not taking out the artillery mages like they did before. The Farsa is still wide and open. The Kimmy, the Jusin still open for him to take. That's the Kacha being taken out. Lucian Cutie won't get his hands on his the Avatar of the Guardian again.
It's a spending river selected map, so Jisung is still going to be one of the main priority, especially since it's leaked out all the way for the banning phase.
Smart call. Izun picked up, able to open up the map for vision. A lot of burst damage, especially from the Mountain Shocker.
Enables flexibility as well, allowing that side laners to really make full use of the expanding rivers within the first few minutes of the game, just so that they can create a massive impact going into the mid stages.
Kingdom Esports might be able to pick up the Kimmy as well as the Kalea if they so wish.
Sounds good.
It works very well for them.
Or Lunox Kalea.
Or Lunox Kalea.
Main thing is Kalea.
I think just anything that has a lot of burst potential.
Yeah.
Even a Farsa would work out well. And then second STS up for the Kimmy, so it's a trade for if you want like the Jusin or the Kimmy or the Farsa, and then you trade one for the other. But the Rock will be picked up. Lawsy will get his hands on the Rock Guardian.
Okay, so one thing that definitely gave me a small little idea is hoping that KE will be more flexible with their roaming hero, because I would say that the Franco is definitely one of the main reasons they managed to win, because that flex Franco, or rather not flex, that last pick of Franco really disabled the potential of Stallion's dive mechanic. And the moment that Franco came in, there's a single bite either on Diablo or on the Braid. That entire lineup just crumbles into pieces because the front lines just don't go down that easily because of an opponent, Kimmy as the marksman.
Yeah, I think Granger definitely will be highly contested for this one, but they're going for the high loss. I've seen the high loss in the EXP before.
Yeah.
Remember how Diablo really likes to play that high loss, but I think it will be going in the hands of Lucian Cutie, try to open that up, and the high loss juicing combo, very, very high utility and super annoying.
Now this is where it starts to get a little bit confusing, and I think that it might confuse KE as well. Because during Diablo's time in Flash, he has been forced to play meta heroes. And at that point in time, Hylos was super meta.
Yeah.
So even I won't be too surprised that Diablo will be piloting this Hylos, just so that it will get Stallion into the direction that they want to go. But it would not be the same Stallion. It would not be the same kind of old RSG stack. So essentially, bring the Hylos onto Diablo just refreshes the entire gameplay for KE, and they now just have to think on the tip of the at the top of the shoes.
Yeah. Difficult. They have to face up against the Granger again. There's Grant's Granger. He's feeling good about this. He wants to go at it again. I would say if Stallions picked the Granger up, they would have been able to save that high loss for the next pick. But it might seem as though they might be going for a double fighter side lane again because they have the Eastern Shin. It's a much more comfortable and confident kind of marksman in the jungle, able to scale up fast, high burst damage. They're banning out the Ruby because I was sussing that out as well. The gold lane Ruby is such a menace onto the Granger, and you heal everything back up. It's difficult for the Granger to deal with the Ruby on a side lane advantage.
So with Ruby taken out, I think that Sammy definitely have an idea.
Oh wait, you want to go Paquito in jungle in the gold lane? Might be interesting though. That is crazy. A lot of burst damage from the get-go.
Yeah, it would be very crazy. But I don't think that he will have a fabulous time against the Granger as well.
In the late game, if you want to try that.
I think even in the laning phase, because right now with the Grog, Grog has a lot of ways to just kind of move around. Grog is a slow-moving monster, right? But with expanding rivers, he actually can cover a lot of ground, especially in the gold lane. So EXP laners are actually forced to play a little bit more on EXP laners and gold laners are kind of forced to play on a safer side, especially since the assassins, or rather the junglers, they are actually enabled. They can clear out their wave so much, or rather clear out their creep waves, their creep camps so much faster.
Yeah,
messes with timing.
It's a difficult situation that both teams are in right now. Really, for KE, it's psyching themselves out for Stallions playing a double fighter again. For Stallions against KE, it is just, I want Diablo to get a very good laning phase. And Diablo won't get his hands on Benedetta once again. They know that the pocket picks will come out in the last two picks, so they want to deny that immediately coming in to fray. From the XP side, the Arlot might be a viable ban right here, and then you're forced to use, the Lapus, the Terizlas coming in.
The thing is, Lapu is actually a really good hero, even when it comes down to the gold lane. So if anything, I would like to see Stallion to pick up that Lapu if they really want to.
Oh wait, you got Fanny open as well with alongside the Grok. Yeah, with Fanny onto Yon does sound very possible. It's kind of like another go big go home kind of thing. Easy and lucky, Lapu taken out. Yep. Might be the Arlot going into KE. It works out well with their draft. And then you get the last pick on the Fanny. It might be possible as well for them.
Honestly, a Khalid XP looks good. Because with Akimi as well as the Granger, that means that they have got pretty good scaling over the late game. And in the meantime, for Stallions, I don't think they can scale all that well, especially since they have non-influential mid laner for themselves in the mid lane, because it's Juicing after all. So as much as possible, double fighters sounds good. With a Khalid, you'll be able to jump all the way to the back lines to really deal with the Granger as well as the Kimi. They just need another fighter that can go over the back lines. So obviously the Arlot is going to get picked up. Combos well with the Grok. You build a wall, you sweep over the wall, and then you put them in a very precarious position. But for STS, this is going to be an interesting pick. Double fighter, or you want to go traditional. Go with a long-range marksman, which has a built-in Purify. Maybe a 1-1 might be possible right here. I'm looking at the possible heroes that can be playing in the gold lane, especially since it's... Bane. Oh, Bane Gold. Bane Gold. Magic. Yeah, Bane Gold and Khalid XP. Just so that they have a lot of disruptions, a lot of area denial, and they have ways to go over to the back lines.
Okay, so they go traditional. They go to the traditional route. That is going to be Diablo with the Guinevere on the EXP, facing up against the R-Lot. So not really.
Rome Guinevere.
Oh yeah. That might be a possibility as well. And you put the high loss up in the in the XP side.
But if they are actually going to be going for Rome Guinevere, then they are outright just going to lose in the middle lane with less influence in the XP and the gold. That means that Claude is definitely going to have a very hard time. Juicin will not be able to control the river. So, just because of the fact that there is Diablo in Stallions, it feels as though he wants to be the one that is a playmaker. And the playmakers is definitely Guinevere. But if they put the Guinevere into Rome, then it's going to be tough for them in the mid lane.
Yeah, looks like Diablo will play the Guinevere in the XP side, and then the Hylos will go Rome. Yon picks up the Akai for good measure, blocks and throws everyone off their positions to give KE a much easier time. It was a little bit of a dyssynergy, but it builds up with the Grok as well as the heavy spin onto the walls. Couple that up, Arlo can just free spam his dashes alongside all these crowd controls. So that's a lot of damage down onto Kingdom Esports side. Easy to execute, and I think it's a very traditional kind of lineup that Kingdom Esports has brought to the table. For Stallions though, a assassin, marksman, jungle, and a late game marksman in the gold lane will be tied up for the insurance that Stallions will want if they ever go into the uber late game. So yeah, draft the set. It's all down to execution right now. The Diablo Guinevere comes out once again. Very pocket picks all the way through. And new things that we're seeing in MPL SG Season 10 as we go into the last game of this series. Team Stallions, Kingdom Esports, one match away for the upper bracket finals.
Everything all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I think that this is going to be yet another really tight game, right? Although I gotta have to say, having an Akai jungle is not something that I would have expected coming in from Yon. Even though Akai is quite literally the tank jungle debut for Yon. The first time that he played a tank jungle in MPLSG happens to be an Akai.
Roy stuck between a rock and a hard place, able to push him back, but free hitting FMM will not be able to secure the deal onto Roy. Very precarious position as we start things off, but Team Stallions, they're playing it a little bit safer this time around. Both of these teams are teasing each other as of now. And it's difficult to deal with Akimi. I mean, we've known that for a while. You got lane dominance, you got the range, and I think for Kingdom Esports, all they need was getting the Grok in their possession.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable for Team Stallions, right? Middle lane, non-influential. It takes too long for them to clear out the wave. It's still better because there is the ring of punishment plus. So basically, this is just a DOT wave clear in middle lane. What Team Stallions is looking out for is mid lane and mid game and late game. They can't get caught.
Right with Mountain Shocker, that's a spatial migration onto Yon, but no level 4 just yet. Drinsanity comes in just in the nick of time, but able to get that flicker out of the way. The turtle will spawn in the next 5 seconds, but crucial resources already used up by Drinsanity.
It is really a poke and prod kind of game for Team Stallions. They do not want to fight in the early game. They do not have the resources. They do not have the damage to do so. So the moment that they find themselves in these objectives, I'm actually a bit concerned because it seems as though they are showing interest that they want to take these objectives when they are not equipped to be able to do all these.
Team Esports doesn't know where Bray is. He's free farming onto that purple buff. He doesn't want to waste his time with a push and pull of the turtle. As Yon tries to start things off, Lucian Cutie's there for good measure, try to pull him back, but Roy taking a lot of brunt of the damage for FMM right from the mid lane, holding on to the flicker. And here comes Bray in the nick of time, might be able to steal it. Roy takes down that turtle for himself, and Yon, a lot of damage taken in. Diablo with the first blood onto Yon, FMM next to fall, able to get that Purify out of the way. But here comes the rest of 4 members of Stallions SG. Drinsanity, one more to their name. Stallions SG finally getting that damage that they need.
Why? How? That is not part of my calculations at all. I mean, I can understand that they are definitely showing interest in the turtle. As such, it forces Yon, because he's the tank jungler, he will be able to tank up onto the turtle and he's just pulling the turtle out, right? So personally, losing time when he could have been in some of the other buff, which is exactly what Bray did, right? He sent all 3 members, or rather not all 3, he sent 3 members over to the turtle. He himself went to the furthest jungler, take the purple buff. He's essentially at level 5. He could win in the Retribution battle. But the very fact that Yon lost in the Retribution battle against Roy, that is the question as to what entirely went on.
I think Yon was just pushed back. There was a disable from Diablo. And if you take a look at the emblems as well, there is the Brave Smite from Diablo as well as Roy, so they will have a little bit more sustain when it comes down to the late game. Diablo is actually building the Curse Helm, or he's already got a Molten Essence just for a little bit more increase in physical damage that he might find helpful in the late game once Claude comes into the picture. And Bray does a lot of burst damage. Stallion's already showing that burn, that slow burn onto Kingdom, so they're igniting that flame, and Stallions, they're just pushing through.
There was a moment where it was just a completely overwhelming situation for Yon, because he's just currently tagged in both sides, which is why there's also the reason why he kind of lost the turtle, just misjudged the retribution damage as well.
Good jump onto Yon. There's a lot of damage. He's holding on to the final spin. The final slash actually pushing it out. The heavy spin will come through as of now, pushing everyone down to the wall. Lucian Cutie taking a lot of damage, but free hitting. It's Bray just taking one hit after another. 3 members fall, but it's out of Kingdom, and Stallions will blitz this turtle down.
Once again, this is another situation where Kingdom Esports just lets Team Stallions just get away with things like these. Like, understandable, they don't really... Team Stallions shouldn't have a lot of damage to work with, right? A lot of damage over time. The longer the fight goes out for, then the more damage they will be able to do. It kind of feels as though that Kingdom Esports right now is just wrong target prioritization, and that is why they are essentially just losing in team fights. And now,
that's solo, and Renza gets out of the way. Here comes Roy for backup, trying to pull Yon back. Doesn't have the heavy spin. Here comes Rinsanity, tries to salvage the situation. Good flicker out of the final slash. What is that? What is that?
That is hands down supposed to be a block and prod kind of thing for Renza. He just wants to clear Bobby.
Yeah.
And just so happened to, like, you know, deal enough damage to Grant, but he was like, hey, look,
might as well.
I can actually kill.
Might as well. Might as well take one for the team too.
Damn.
For Team Stallions, they're really, I mean, this is a very good game for them. Everyone is doing their jobs right. There's a lot of crowd controls that leads up to a lot of burst damage. Bray's doing his job right now. He has very free and easy farm. No one's aggressing onto him. And for Team Stallions, though, I want to see the itemizations once again. I think Renza has already got 2 core items up. That's why the damage is starting to show up very, very strong now. And for Kingdom Esports, they need to be able to find their way and find their footing for Grant to reperform like what he did in the previous game. There's only 1 item. He's going for the Demon Hunter Sword. So once he gets these 2, it's going to be a very difficult Claude to take down once we get into the mid to late stages of the game.
A little bit more sustained for Diablo as he bought the Molten Essence, and I think that the next item is gonna be the what's that magic container into? But hold on a second, middle lane.
It's a good charge. Roy keeps safe. He's got the Crimson Guard out of the way. You got Bray free hitting and taking down FMN. There's a lot of damage coming in from these Yusun Shin. It's a killing spree. Lowe's gets taken down as well. 2 members out of the game. 5 seconds until the Lord spawns up. Kingdom Esports can't seem to find their footing.
Yep. Concentrated energy for Diablo, last scene, and Bray, War Axe last scene. Now the DHS comes in from Renza. The power spikes are coming in for Team Stallions, and for Grant, picking up the Sky Piercer is definitely important. From this point on, any kills that is credited over to Grant will be able to help Kingdom Esports by a lot. So they will huddle together just to kill one.
Babysitting duty, Lucian Cutie able to get the glorious pathway. The red carpet brings him out safe. Stuck between the wall again, and he finds a way to cheat death.
But I don't think that will be all though.
Oh, good jump, spatial migration into the Violet Requiem combination. Brave takes down kill onto Yon. On the backside though, they want to find something, anything at all. The Blazing Duet comes through. Brent gets taken down. There's 2 members, make it 3 as Bray gets a double. Drinsanity right in the fray once again. Roy will pull him back out, and Bray's in the picture. Roy takes one out for the team, and it's a full wipeout, and the Kingdom falls to shambles.
With not a single kill that's been credited over to the Kingdom at this point in time. They have been stripped of all that they love. And Team Stallions, the horses, they are just Okay, the
Just as you say. Just as you say.
Cast as Jinx at this point in time.
A decent find onto Diablo, at least a little bit more salvageable kind of situation right here. Team Stallions already almost 10,000 gold lead. It's all attributed to Bray. He's 5 levels ahead of Yawn. Take a look at the level difference between Yeast and Shin. It's 6-0 and 5. Look at the damage coming through. Lucian Cutie throws out the red carpet. The final slash onto Lucian Cutie himself. Roy free hitting on the backside, but here comes the blazing duet on the back line. Grant can't seem to find his ground. It's 3-4 members down. FMM's the only one that is left to tell the tale and send a message.
With a front-to-back composition like Kingdom Esports, as they focus down onto FMM and Grant in order to just wreck down the front lines. This is not something that you will be able to do against a Hylos, apparently. He has a very thick amount of HP, and the moment that he drops his Glorious Pathway, the more he's going to be healing back up. And let's not forget Revitalize as well, that is currently in favor for his battle spell. So this guy, this Devil Pony, is not gonna die. That means the moment that you know that the pony doesn't die, that means that the marksmen, they're not gonna kill.
Lord gets taken down by the cavalry. They're looking to siege down the kingdom. As Renza having a full trinity already. 2 core items for a side of Kingdom Esports. Grant got the Sky Piercer, but he's 0-3 and 3. It does really nothing much at this point. The 17-1 is the kill score. 13,000 gold lead. So they not only set the record for the highest or the lowest game time, the highest game time, but also the highest economy lead of any team in MPL SG Season 10. So the second 3 records in 1 game. That sounds nice.
Is it really though?
It is really like 13,000. I think the highest was around
in
12
10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Yikes, 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 yikes.
13,000 gold lead, 10 minutes,
Extremes.
getting pulled back. They're ramping up the aggression once again. They're sending the package down on the bottom side. The Glorious Pathway already laid down. Lawsy finding an angle to find that tectonic charge, but it's not enough. They go in. There's a spatial migration combination. Renza is unstoppable going in with the blazing duet as well. Diablo finally gets taken down, but it's a sacrificial lamb in this entire macro plan as the cavalry wants to take down the throne. Good lure of the Lord into the T3 down the mid side. The Lord gets taken down. Lawsy might be next to fall. Renza wants to find 1 more kill. It's a 4 onto 3. Then Kingdom Esports finally able to find that defense. Bray's already full levels. And he's looking to find more kills. Lucian Cutie down low, able to heal everything back up. He keeps himself safe as Ray playing with death. And he knows the limits of his hero. He gets out safe. Kingdom Esports live to tell the tale another day.
Everyone is literally just stretching their heroes extremely thin.
Dang, look at the goal lead. That's 15,000.
Yeah. Did you see Roy literally just got away from the turret with very little HP to the point that he actually had to flicker? Bray is just out there, and Renza is just taunting.
Yeah. Call it making a deal with the devil. They got the devil in their possession. They got Diablo right there.
It used to be a double D's, but now it's like a single
double
D.
Ds.
A single devil.
Oh.
I miss a double devil. Oh. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Yawn.
Hi.
It's just a very solid
This is just a
game right
library,
now.
you know?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Very quiet. No one
Yeah.
wants to make a move.
It's 11. It's
Except
only 11
Roy.
minutes. Yeah, there's only 11 minutes, and we are already in the library. Like,
Yeah.
they're quiet.
Yeah, it's just pushed to their limits, and Kingdom Esports just can't find their way back up. Even though, you know, Yawn, Lawsy able to find good setups for the rest of the team, there's just not enough damage to take everyone down. Diablo's only sacrificing himself. He's the only 2 deaths in the entirety of Team Stallions, but he's done his job well.
The really unfortunate thing here is that Kingdom Esports' main caveat is that they have to get through Lucian Cutie.
Yeah.
So whatever that Lucian Cutie builds up, right, is going to be nerfing the opponent's side, right? If he builds more physical defenses, then Grant will be able to do anything. If he builds magical defense, then FMM won't be able to do anything. And it's all about the power spike. As long as FMM and Grant does not hit his power spike, then it's all over.
Yawn a little bit too soon. Gets taken down. As the jungle down, Kingdom Esports running for the hills, running for their lives, but over the wall they go. Roy takes down one, takes down another. Insanity won't be able to stay alive for now, and they are ditching that Lord, coming down from the mid side, pushing the waves, and trying to end the Kingdom as they see fit. And the Stallions will take another one before the Kingdom falls to shambles, and all the King's men and all the King's horses can put the Kingdom back together again.
Except for the horses. The horses,
Except for the horses.
they do not want to put the kingdom back.
Oh man, congratulations to Stallions making it over to the upper bracket finals of the Challenger stage. One game away, or one series away, from making it over to the playoffs, and they are back. Just maybe a fake horse. You got Bray as MVP with Asun Shin, 6-0-14, toying with that, made a deal with the devil, highest GPM in the game. He's got that level 15 in approximately 9 minutes in the game, so that's a very, very fast farming rotation over for the Asun Shin. Huge props to him, dealing a ton of damage, especially onto Yon, which is basically can't, even as a tank, can't defend himself or can't tank enough damage before Bray takes him out in the process. A little bit of a timing issue also from Yon, so it kind of seems like, you know, Child Prodigy, in the battle of the Child Prodigy, Bray still wins out on this one.
So, all in all, this is a very interesting game right after a very long, extended game. We know that Team Stallions is definitely good in taking the reins and the control in the early stages and start to, you know, suffer a little bit in the mid stages if they don't try to close out the game. But ultimately, they have made very good choices, and, you know, yeah, they've just made very good choices all around for game number 2. And coming into game number 3, they just didn't even give Kingdom Esports a chance at all. They didn't give me a chance at all because even that, I don't know how they pull off certain things.
Yeah, I don't know how they pull off a perfect game. Bray, Roy, Renza, Illusion, QD, 0 deaths. Only Diablo have 2 deaths of the rest of the game. But he's the sacrificial lamb. Goes in with a spatial migration Requiem combination. Kingdom Esports can't be denied. I mean, they're unable to just run away. It is so difficult for Yon to farm as well. Even with the item builds, I think for Diablo, building a semi-tank kind of a semi-tank damage kind of Guinevere actually helps them out quite a bit, because the spatial migration as well as the Violet Requiem actually does some damage before the rest of the team comes up and cleans everything up. Huge props to Roy and Renza with the huge damage. And speaking of which, we're going to pull up the damage stats as well that they have all throughout that match. It is very, very difficult if you're a Kingdom fan, but their journey is not over yet. Going to the lower bracket semi-finals, where they'll be facing the loser of the next upper bracket match between RSG and Kings Esports.
Yes. Kings Singapore.
So we're still in the medieval realm. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, well, we were constantly just gonna be in that theme for quite a fair bit. But honestly, this has been a thrill all the way through. This is a complete shutdown of a game. I really wasn't expecting how that is, but I guess we need a little bit of a refresher all the way from game number 1 to game number 3.